Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Seriously Sick Synth Sounds. Today's synth is a certain wobble from Dorincourt's Diplomacy, a tutorial that will change the course of mankind and the fate of the world. Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial. Today on the wobble from Diplomacy, some free track that I did a couple of months ago, and track sounds like this. And we'll be taking a look at one specific wobble. I think it's this one. No, that's a sub. Also, if you want some sub goodness. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, this one. Other wobbles include this one, which is not really a wobble. Just a square wave, and then this thing. But yeah, we've covered that often enough. Okay, let's get started then. Thor 5, rack view, okay. You'll see really soon that this entire patch is actually really simple, and it doesn't have too much effects on it that really change the sound, but rather make it a bit sweeter. Let me just set up the loop here. I'm going to bypass all the effects and let you listen to the Thor. The Thor just sounds like this. Now, how did I make this? First of all, I'm going to deactivate the chorus and the filter, and then you'll hear that the raw oscillators just sound like this. And I've achieved this raw sound by basically just activating 3 square waves and setting them 1 octave apart. So the first oscillator is at octave 4, the second one is at octave 5, the third one is, you guessed it, octave 6. What I did then was apply a filter, and the really interesting thing about this patch, the character it gets comes from the filter envelope. So I'm just gonna load up a low pass filter so you can hear the envelope nicely. That's a really nice wobble, but I didn't use a low pass filter, I used a comb filter with a high resonance. And first of all, I'm gonna show you the comb filter, how it sounds without any resonance. That's a pretty harsh and unpleasant sound, but once you turn up the resonance, it gets this nice woo-woo sweeping sound. Makes it even harsher. I then added a shaper with some saturation to thrash the signal. And by the way, if you're wondering what the attack, decay, sustain, and release are, the attack is 40 milliseconds, the decay is 65 milliseconds, the sustain is doesn't really matter actually, because the notes are so short. But yeah, as I said, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I noticed that these numbers give you a really nice harsh wobble every time you trigger the notes, and then also, of course, also make sure you have the envelope mounted fairly high. I have it at 107. Okay, just a quick look at the notes. Of course, if I keep the note, it will sound like this, but if I keep retriggering it, yeah, you get this wobbling effect. Yeah, I then added some chorus. I put the dry wet at 60, left all the settings as they were to get a nice stereo effect. And this sounds like mud actually, so I'm gonna add some distortion. This vocoder I'm not using at all, I just added it in there, but then I didn't like the sound, so I kept it on bypass. So yeah, I'm keeping this on bypass on a purpose, for a purpose. Yeah, then Scream 3, Scream 4, but it's called Scream 3 because it's my third Scream. Tape distortion, full damage, a little bit of compression, but a tiny bit so that the damage still comes through, and boosted the high end a bit. makes it even more nasty. Then I added an equalizer and cut the 300 Hertz region. So I'm gonna give you guys a little A/B here. Makes it bigger and fatter. Then I added some room reverb, which makes it sit in the mix tightly, and then the sub bass, of course. And now I'll add the other two basses, and you'll start hearing the groove. And together with drums, that leaves us with this.
Bitch.
Okay, so yeah, that was the really quick tutorial for some Diplomacy synth. And yeah, thanks for watching. Dorincourt out. Oh, also subscribe.